Have you ever needed to keep track of who created a document, when it was last modified, or add custom information that travels with your file? Document properties in Word are a hidden treasure that can help you organize, find, and even automatically update information in your documents. Many Word users create documents without ever thinking about the properties and information that Word can automatically track. But these properties can be incredibly useful. They help you organize files, find documents later, and even insert dynamic information that updates automatically. Let's start by looking at where document properties are stored. I've got a blank document open on the screen, but I could have an existing document open. It doesn't really matter. I need to click the File tab of the ribbon and then make sure that Info is selected at the left side of the screen. Here you can see some of the basic properties of this document, things like size, number of pages, and when it was created and modified. But there's a lot more information if we dig just a little bit deeper. If I click on Properties over here at the right side of the screen, then I can select Advanced Properties, and Word displays the Document Properties dialog box. This dialog box gives you a much more detailed view of the properties associated with your document. Notice that there are several tabs along the top side. We're going to display these tabs in order so you can see what is on them. The first tab, General, shows essentially the same basic file information we saw just a moment ago. Let's look at the Summary tab, however. That's where things get interesting. Here you can see fields for title, subject, author, manager, company, and more. Word automatically fills in some of these, like the author field, based on your user information. But you can edit any of these fields. Let me add a title to this document. I'll click in the title box right up here, and then I'll type Annual Sales Report. And this is the title that I want to use for this document. Well, you might be wondering why this matters. After all, the file name may already identify the document. The title property is often used in other contexts, though, like when you're searching for documents or when documents are displayed in SharePoint libraries. You can also add comments, keywords, and other information that helps categorize and find your document later. Keywords are particularly useful if you have a large collection of documents and need to search for specific topics. In order to add keywords, all you have to do, again, is click within the box and then type the keywords that you want to use. Notice that I've separated these keywords with commas. That helps Word understand what your phrases are that you're using within your keywords. Now let's hop over to the Custom tab, right over here, which is where things can get really powerful. Here you can create your own custom properties. Let's say that I want to track which department this report is for. I'll go ahead and click on this name box right up here, and then I can search through here for some of the different properties, the custom properties that I can use. Right here is Department. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And then down in the Value field, I'm going to put which department this is for. Now all I have to do is click the Add button, and you can see that in the Properties area, down at the bottom of the dialog box here, it shows that custom property. I can add as many custom properties as I need, maybe a project code, a client name, or a document status like draft or final. Your imagination is the limit when it comes to these custom properties. Now here's where document properties become really useful. You can actually insert these properties into your document, and they'll update automatically if the properties change. Let me close this dialog box. I'll just click on OK. And then I'm going to jump back to the document itself. Remember that this is a blank document here, although you can have any other document open on your system that you want. Let's say that I want to insert the title at the top of my report. I'll place the insertion point where I want the title to appear. In this case, the insertion point is on the first line, and then I go to the Insert tab of the ribbon. Now, over in the text area of the ribbon, I'm going to click on Quick Parts, and then I'll click on Field, and that displays the Field dialog box. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit through here until I can get to this Doc Property option right there. Document Property. That's what that stands for. In the property list then, I'll select Title. All I have to do is scroll down until I can see Title right there. And that's the property that we set just a few moments ago. When I click on OK, then the title is inserted within the document. Now understand this is a field, and because it's a field, it will be updated automatically whenever you go to print the document or when you save the document. Once it's inserted like this, you can go ahead and format it in any way that you want. For instance, I can jump back to the Home tab of the ribbon and set this up to be a heading within my document. This can be done with any document property, built-in or custom. It doesn't really matter. Let me show you how to insert our custom department property that we created just a little while ago. I'll go through the same steps. I position the insertion point where I want it to be. Then I go to the Insert tab of the ribbon. I click on Quick Parts and Field. I again go down here and I choose Doc Property one more time. And then at the right side of the screen, I'm going to go ahead and click on Department. Finally, I click on OK. And there you can see that our misspelled department is inserted within the document here. If the department changes later within the document properties, all we have to do is update the property, and it will change everywhere in the document where that particular field is used. Document properties are also handy when creating headers and footers in your document. When editing a header or footer, you can insert a document property in the same way that I just demonstrated. Document properties are one of those features in Word that many people overlook, but they can save you time and help keep your information consistent and up to date. Use them to track important metadata about your documents, find files more easily, and insert dynamic information that updates automatically. Whether you're creating business reports, academic papers, or any document that needs consistent information, document properties can make your work more professional and easier to manage. I hope you found this quick tip helpful. If you did, well, you might consider signing up for the free WordTips newsletter. Information is in the notes just below this video. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.